Good evening. Running a little bit behind schedule tonight. Well, how sad is this? I'm so uncoordinated that I can't tie my apron. Whew, that took an effort. Well, not feeling too peachy tonight. But that's okay. It's going to get better because now I get to hang out with you guys. Let me get my video up on, excuse me, my laptop over here. Drink of water. And let me see about sharing it out really quickly. Hello. Thanks for jumping on. Things I want to boost it. I don't want to boost it. I just want to get it out. Hey, y'all. I'm not seeing who's coming in for some reason, so say hey so I can say hey back to you. Oh, thank you for the heart. We can always, oh, I think that was Allie. I see it over here. Barbara Clark, hey, how are you? Hey, Allie, thank you. Okay. Trying to get this out to a few places. I have a friend that says that she gets herself to 20 something groups a night, and it's like I struggle to get like 2 or 3. So and the other thing is I just hate making people wait while I'm doing that. Oh, so are you doing anything fun? Oh, wow. Sorry. I read that it's at the wrong person. It's because of my trifocals here. The house in town. I didn't, at house here in Attica? I'm so sorry. That's probably going to happen a lot tonight. So I've got a new little caption thing that I put on here. If you guys are so inclined, I would love if you would maybe sprinkle this out to some groups. You don't necessarily have to do it to your personal page or whatever every time. I mean, that's great, absolutely great, but especially when we're doing it like when we're doing this many back to back, I sometimes think maybe sharing it out to some groups is a good thing, which I don't know. You know, I just appreciate anything you do. It's not gonna. So, and I wish that I was talented. Oh, are you guys moving back in there? Yeah, Anita, if you want to list, I've got some that I have, and I'd be happy to send those to you. Just let me know. And you know, anytime you have something that you want me to share, all you have to do is let me know, and I am happy to share it. I'm not going to share anymore. This is ridiculous. Me sitting here trying to talk to y'all. I'm just admit it. I'm not able to do multiple things at one time. Just not in my DNA. I got a fuzz or something hanging out on my nose here. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. All right, now I've got the computer up there. So Maybe I can see the comments now. All right, so what are we doing tonight? Besides drinking some hot coffee to get this throat going. It needs to be a little bit hotter. All right, I don't know what I did with, oh, here it is. You say I don't know what I did with my, no. Oh, I see. I thought maybe you were moving back. All right, so I've got that moved out of the way so I can actually see what I'm working on here. A friend of mine just did a poll, and I'm going to ask you guys here, and I may do an official one on my page, but a friend of mine, or actually a couple of friends of mine, did a poll on their page asking their viewers, do you prefer to just see the overhead crafting videos, or do you prefer to see the person and the crafting all together? I'm set up, I could do either one. I always thought, you know, I wanted to interact with the person, but maybe that's not what you like. So if someone, sorry, I'm going to be doing that all night. If someone wants to put that into the comments, that would be great. All right, so we're going to take a board that I used for Christmas. I liked this board, and we're going to clean it off with a board eraser. These Odette boards are just so much fun. And it wasn't until recently that I knew that you could clean them and reuse them. I just thought it was the black boards, but this is a surface that can be reused. And I highly suggest the board erasers for this. So just going to, let me see something real quick. I think I'm going to put a towel underneath it since it's got the little hangers on both ends, and that way I don't scratch my table. I've got another room that I'm working on to do my lives from, but it's going to take quite a while to get it set up to be able to do that. So, all right, let's just get this puppy done. And sometimes it takes a little bit more water, and sometimes you need to let it set for a little bit. Now, I am putting distilled water on there, but you do not necessarily need distilled water for cleaning the boards. It's just easier because that's what I have in my sprayer already. So, anyhow, today, let's see, today's Saturday. Did anybody do anything fun today? I slept a good portion of today, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. My entire body aches, and I just decided I was gonna give it a rest. Sorry. I think I'm gonna use a generic Clorox wipe. Hey Missy, how are you? Have you had a chance to experiment with your new starter kit? I know it's been really super busy at work for you. See how nicely that cleans up? I mean, I still got some blue, or teal, I guess that is, showing. But I think I'm just spreading it around a little bit here. So we're going to do a layering tonight. And, oh, I should have put my hair dryer so I could reach it better. But it'll be okay. All right, I think that I have this. So I don't see any answers to my question, and I may say this several times throughout the little live here. Do you prefer to watch videos when they're overhead and you can see the entire project? Like, because of the width of this, it's no, both ends are not going to show at the same time. So, and you know, I don't know if Facebook will allow you to do a landscape oriented video or not. All right, so I'm making sure that I've got my little thingamabobbies here, my little hanger things here. All right, so anyhow, do you prefer above or seeing the person's face, the crafter's face? There are days that I really would prefer you not to see my face, or that I'm looking like a little bit like a bum, but I'm good either way. Okay, so this is a transfer that from the Farmhouse Kitchen series that I've used before, and I absolutely love it. And of course, I say that about every one, so you guys are going to say, oh, okay, she absolutely loves it. She loves them all. Well, I do. Or I usually, if there's one that I don't care for, I just don't buy it. So it's like, if I don't have love for it, then why am I going to ask you to love it? Let me pull out something here. I forgot to pull my colors out. That looks like it might need to be, yeah. I should have already done this, huh? I'm going to use black, and we're going to go with that neutral colors, the black and gray, providing I can find them. I've moved some things around, so it may take me a minute. I swore I wasn't going to do this to anybody again, making everybody wait while I'm digging through colors, but I've been moving around a lot with my stuff lately. Like, I took some with me to go visit Oakson. Let's see, we might use fresh linen, I don't know. Like my storage here. Actually, I've got another container here. These are just the ones that I had taken with me, so they were just easier to throw in here for a moment. Okay, I'm not sure how in the world I could... Oh, I already pulled it out. Yeah, all right. Found the black, but now I thought I found the gray too, but... Or the storm, I mean. But I guess I didn't. Well, hair dryer set here. Well, all right. I might have to do another color besides storm. Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Never mind. I know what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Is anybody else having problems with this stopping? Actually, for once, I can see it playing over here. Let me know if anybody else is struggling with it. All right, black. All right, so this has already been fuzzed, so I don't need to fuzz it again. But I do need to line it up. I think that's straight enough. Okay, thanks, Missy. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm just making sure that I don't have any bubbles under the silk screen. And actually, I prefer no bubbles under any portion of it, but that's not near as important as under the screen. I'm going to go ahead and have another little white Peretti just in case. I hate it when they get down to the bottom. It's like dig, dig, dig. Sorry, I'm still looking here to see if maybe I just missed it. Okay, so I was going to do the kitchen in black and then do the lighter color on the farmhouse, but I'm wondering, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. And if I don't like it, all I have to do is erase it and do it again. Sorry. All right, so we're going to start with our midnight. I don't know, is it midnight or just black? Black velvet, sorry. Although midnight would be a cool color name. Oh, and this is a great consistency. It's just creamy enough, not too creamy, not runny, and it is perfect. So, just pull some more of that off on there. Okay. I prefer on a longer to go left to right versus going up and down. It just seems to work easier for me. But everybody has their own preference. Just spreading it around down to get it all inside the silk screen part. Well, normally I like have too much on there. I guess I'm just not grabbing enough today. All right, so now I'm going to squeegee it off and put the remainder back into the jar. And I'm going to give it one more look to make sure that I've gotten all of the silk screen covered. And this is drying fast, so I don't want it to sit there very long. Throw that over there. I got a little messy. All right. I like pulling left to right on these longer, or right to left or left to right. Here we go. I'm just going to lay this over the side of my water bath. Well, never mind. It fell in. All right, so put it in the water bath. And now I'm going to give this a little bit of a dry. I used to use my big old honker hair dryer, and it was so noisy. I mean, this is still noisy, but not like the other. I was so happy to get this smaller one. Hey, Raquella. Yes, it is just water. And it's just tap water. It's not distilled. And I'll clean that off here in just a little bit and show you how easy it is to clean. Black tends to be a messy color to clean, but I haven't had any problems with, I mean, it pretty much washes out of everything. All right, I think that's dry enough. Now I'm going to use the Farmhouse to do the next layer. And it's already been well loved, so I do not need to fuzz it. But if this was brand new, especially when you're layering, you really should fuzz a lot. I'm going to stir this up and make sure that, yeah. Water. How's your day going, Raquella? It's easier to stir with a stir instead of a squeegee. I don't know why I did this, but just need to, it was a little bit thick, and I would prefer it not to be since I'm layering. And we're going to use my favorite color, eucalyptus. All right. This is where I probably struggle the most, trying to figure out, okay, where should I put this? And I think I'm just going to let the transfer be the guide on that, as far as, okay, there's the front of the N, front of the K. I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on here, and no, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm doing this a little bit more light-handed. Doing well. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. There's a little bit of gunk underneath that, so I needed to check that. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Been enjoying hanging out with everybody a lot this month. I don't know that I'm going to go do lives every day next month, but I definitely am going to do it a little bit more often. Try to get on a real schedule. Sorry, let me get a sip here. I need a straw. Big old cup. As you're coming in, please say hey. Let us know where you're coming in from. Say hey, hey, hey. All right, so I'm going to load up my squeegee here, and I'm just going to go over it, and I'm going sort of lightly. Again, I don't want to pull up the other color, so, and I'm working quickly. Scraping it off so I can put it back into the jar to use later. I've got a couple of areas that have some clumps in it, so you want to get that out before putting it onto your product. Okay, I just dragged that. I'm going to turn it to C. Looks like there's a couple other places that could benefit from some extra paste. If y'all haven't yet, if you give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And up in, I think, this corner, there is a follow button that if you click on that, that will let you know when I go live next. All right. The color choice is not the best. It's not showing up the way I had hoped, but it is there. So, ta-da! I do love this design, and I love the transfer. And I'm actually going to make some on some boards here. You know what? Since I am really... I'm feeling kind of weak tonight, so I'm going to call this good for tonight. I appreciate you guys stopping on, and if you would, as you go out, like I said, hit the like button, sprinkle it out if you don't mind. Oh wait, I do want to show you how to clean this up. Let me set this over here. I did want to show you that. All right. So in this water bath that I have over here, it's just a, oh no, not a Rubbermaid, but like a Sterilite tub, a small one. Well, medium sized one. It's not like a big one, like a big tote, but it's not a little bitty shoebox one either. Looking for, I thought I had another towel here. Let me use this. So whenever I lift this up out of here, because it's going to be dripping, dripping black water, I am going to make sure I got something underneath it. This is an old towel. I'm not worried about if it gets damaged. I bought it at a garage sale like years ago. Let me put the lid on my paste here. No sense in just letting it dry out. And I'm going to use this squeegee. I mean, not squeegee. What do you call it? Yes. You'll help me out. What's it called? Oh, I'm trying, Raquel. Thank you. The board eraser, sorry. So I'm using, well, just since I had this here, I'm going to go ahead and use this wipe here. But this will help get rid of some of that stain that inevitably happens with darker colors such as black and the navy and red and purple. Those deep, deep colors tend to color more. But now this is cool. Watch what happens here. Ta-da! I always like that. All right, so I'm going to clean the other side. I prefer not to use my board eraser on the back because I don't want it removing the sticking. So I'm just going to pull all of those out. We're down to the dregs of it anyhow. All right, so this is another little trick. If your transfer starts to get a little bit less adhesive, if you go in and clean it with a Clorox wipe or off-brand Clorox wipe, preferably the unscented ones, it helps to reactivate that sticky. So anytime I have that happen, I go straight to cleaning it off. It pulls off some of the, maybe you have a little bit too much fuzzy still on there. I prefer, me personally, I prefer to, like if I'm going to scrub on the stencil part, I prefer to do it with a damp cloth here. But this is how to keep your transfers in good shape so that you can use them over and over again. And so what I'm going to do is I will set this aside. I'll just set it up here for right now. I set it aside so it can dry before I put it back onto the backing. Man, I'm really struggling tonight. All right, I'm going to do the same one with this. I'm going to start with the back on this one. And that black is from the water being completely black in there. So there we go. If you're viewing and you're here in Kansas, I have 5 events coming up after the first part of March, and I will be in Garden City, and I think I'll do this now. I have some kids events, some 3 or 4 adult events where you purchase your surface and then you come in and you use my tools and my paste and my transfers, and that saves you money, lets you try out the products without you know, if you're concerned about, oh, I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. Why should I buy all of it? So it lets you give it a try and test it out and see if you like it, and you go home with a really cool project. So, all right, I think that is good. I'm going to set it aside also, preferably not on top of the other one, and let it dry over there. All right, I did it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And like I said, if you wouldn't mind, oh, the way it turned out with a lighter color, that's something that could go back. Yes, in fact, this is exactly what's going to happen after I get off. So I might as well just show you. I'll just show you. And I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but this had a design on it whenever I started. So I had to clean it off. It had a design left from Christmas. Now you can only do this on our boutique board surfaces. This isn't going to work on, say, like the palette or trying to think what other things we have, or like the canvas items that we have. The I think what else is there that it would not work on? Just if you have any concerns about that, just ask me. Like if you have a surface and you're not sure, just send me a message or whatever. And so this came up really easily, even with the just using the dirty wipe here. If it had been on there much longer, I would have used the board eraser. It looks like I may do that anyhow. I've got a couple of little spots. Board eraser loosens it very, very nicely. And so now I just need to, I'm going to use a piece of paper towel. I want to figure out what I did with them. I dropped them. Oh no, you know what? That makes you guys, I like hanging out with you guys. It really, the only thing I don't like is that when I start stumbling all over my words. And, you know, I'm so insecure about being on live anyhow. Okay, just get real here. Being on live is like, it totally freaks me out. And you'd think by now that I wouldn't get that way, but whenever I start stumbling over my words and all of that stuff, that's the part of the thing about lives. And when I'm not feeling well, I feel like it's magnified by about 1,000 times. So, no, I don't mind, you know, and I'll stay here as long as anybody has questions or wants to hang out. Girl, I've been on lives, like sometimes been on there for like 3 hours. Then I thought, who wants to hang out with me watching chalk for 3 hours? All right. So see, it cleans up just perfectly. And you know what? Like I had said, I wanted to do the gray on this, but I didn't have it handy. So I'm wondering, how about we do this? I think those transfers will be dry here just really shortly. How about if I do a reverse of it? Throw this all away. Grab some more paper towel. And that'll give that a chance for this board to like sort of not be wet. Let's do that. Let's okay, I picked up some fuzz somehow. I think that's going to be okay. Set that there. Make sure that this is drying well. And this is still definitely wet. So it'll be okay. Just sit for a minute. And actually, I think I'm just going to lay it down here so it's not in the way. Okay. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Missy. Okay. Let's see. I want to stir this up a little bit better than what it was. I'm going to get some of these colors off of here so I don't keep having to lift them up and, oops, that didn't have the lid on it. So I think I'm gonna do the eucalyptus for the farmhouse part, and then I'm gonna go, the kitchen part, and then I'm gonna go back over it with the black for farmhouse, and we'll see how that works. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Oh, by the way, I am looking for anyone who would like to become part of a sprinkle pod. Maybe you have a business of your own. Now, this doesn't work if you're a Chalk Couture designer. So that won't work for those of you who are designers on here. But it will work if you're maybe with a different company and you do lives and you need help getting your lives out there. I am starting a share pod of a handful of people who would be interested in sharing each other's lives out during the lives, sprinkling those babies out. And it helps to get you more viewers. And anyhow, so if you are interested in that, you can write sprinkle pod in the comments, or you can send me a message. Either way, I'm all about helping others get their businesses going, and it's better if we work together, I think, than work against each other. Sorry. So somebody tell me something good, because the chat's been sitting there for a little bit, not going anywhere. What's everybody drinking tonight? Lukewarm coffee with some caramel macchiato cream in it, and I feel like I need to put some ice cubes in it. Ice cubes. No, just because it's like lukewarm, and it's like, do you want it to be it feels like it should be a cold drink. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. All right, let's check it out here. Making sure I got it in the right direction here. Looks good to me. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Thanks for joining. All right. Sorry, my head itches. That's sort of rude, like be scratching my head while I'm talking to you. So we're going to do this reverse from what we just did. Making sure everything's dry here. And I'm going to start with the eucalyptus. It's okay to put more than what you think you're going to need on your board, because you know you're going to squeegee it off anyhow. And I guess conservation, I guess, is what I seem to do. It's like, oh, I don't want to overuse what I have here, but I guess I just tend to forget. It's like, girl, you're going to put it back in there. So we don't have to worry about conservation measures with our paste, because I'm going to scrape it right back up and stick it back in there. Looks like I got a spot here. I'm probably going to have an issue right there. I didn't check on it to make sure the screen was, all of it was down all the way. So there could be a little bit of an issue there. But for me, for my house, for my kitchen, for my whatever, that would be fine, because I prefer a sort of rustic look, a distressed look. Yeah, looks like there might be a couple of them there, but we'll see. Peel your transfer back. So far, so good. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, perfection. Perfection. All right, gonna lay it over here, sort of kind of in my water bath. And I'm going to put the lid on my paste. just a reminder, and I probably said it 3 times already in this video, but when you add water to your paste, you want to make sure that you're using distilled water. Don't use well water or just like, not even bottled drinking water. Distilled water is what you need to use in your paste. All right, we're just going to give it a little shot with the hair dryer here. I always start out with the cooler setting. I like this. What do you guys think? Give me some hearts if you think that this color is better than the black. Or give me an emoji in the comments if it's like, no, I don't like that. Don't give me mad faces, please. I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. All right, ta-da! We have it. Now, what did I do with the transfer? That's going to be the question of the day. I just had it. Where did it go? Oh, I forgot I set it down here. All right, oops. Now, that we don't like to see that happen, but I was a little bit careless. Yay, Missy, thank you. All right, so now we're going to lay over this, and I'm going to attempt to center it. And I am the absolute first to let you know that that is not my forte. Straight and lined up is not always something that happens at my house. Looks good to me. And again, if I don't like it, as we've seen, I can go back and change it. Now, let's see. Another squeegee here. I'm going to give the black a little bit of a stir. You know what? I think I'm going to add a little bit more water to it too. It seemed a little bit dry whenever I was putting it on the first time. So just putting that distilled water in there, stirring it up really well. Want it to be the consistency of sour cream. Some people say cake batter. Some people say runny yogurt. Or as my kids would have said in younger years, yogurt. Isn't it funny how, well, I don't know, most of you probably are pretty young. But when you get older, it's like you think of the little funny things that your kids said. And now I get to look forward to the funny things that my grandbabies, that seems so foreign to me. I'm a grandma. Almost a year now. Or no, almost a year. Actually, yeah. Oh, my daughter's going to shoot me. It's like, you don't even know how old your grandbabies are. So I'm just layering it over. The top of this, and now squeegee it off. I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't miss any parts. I've been known to do that. All right, I'm going to get it up before the paste dries inside the mesh screen. Hey, Mary. Mary. I was just thinking about you earlier. All right, ready? Ready? Pulling left to right. Okay, we're going to go back. I can already see that I didn't quite get it into the mesh well enough. So... and I may have just messed it up worse, but I'll be okay with it if I did. Yeah, it's pulling up the... I'm not, to be real honest, I'm not quite sure why that's happening. And I think maybe it's because I'm letting it sit and dry too fast. But I can go back with a paintbrush and touch that up. Or I can leave it because it looks, I don't know if you can see. But I think I definitely like these colors. I'm up late. Oh yeah, I guess I am. Actually, this is not late. I was up all night last night. So I like it. I love the color choices. I don't know yet if I like the fact that the farmhouse part is tending to not cover it as well, but I don't know. It does look vintage to me. Maybe that just adds to the charm of it. So, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you. I do not have a good brush over here to try to fix that. I don't have one with a really good point on it. So, thank you, Anita. Thank you, Missy. I think so too. I really do like this choice better. And I think this would be really good in a storm. Do the kitchen in the storm color with the black on top. Or if your kitchen is, you know, a colorful kitchen, it'd be really cool with the gray and then the red on farmhouse. I think that would be awesome as well. And I love that, you know, as you saw, it was super simple to clean it off and do it again. And I could sit here and just experiment with colors all night long. So, which I've been known to do a time or two. So, anyhow, all right, this time for real. I'm going to let y'all go. And thank you so much. If you see the live button here, that means I'm live, obviously. If you don't, it means it's replay. And if you would put replay into, for those that are viewing later, put replay in the comments so I can say hey to you, because I do go back and check my comments several times usually. And don't forget to give us some thumbs up and hit the follow button up there. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to follow us there and give us a thumbs up. So y'all take care. Thanks so much. And I'll be talking to you soon. Bye. This is always such an ordeal. I really can't reach it this time. My apron. Okay, this is one for the bloopers. My apron was getting stuck. It's not letting me. Okay, I'm going to tell you, the reason I struggle with this is this new goofy, whatever phone this is, Samsung Note 10 Plus. It zooms in now on Facebook Live. I have searched and searched and searched. Now I'm getting all gripey here, aren't I? But I have looked. I don't want y'all to think I'm just a doofus. I have searched, I've Googled, I've asked friends, I've asked tech support. Nobody seems to know. And I think it's all just, no, that's not how it is. And it's like, it is. I have to set my stand like, I've got long arms, ladies. Long arms. I'm 6 feet, over 6 feet tall. So my arms, when I stretch them out, and my fingers, look at these hands. Look at how big those and long those fingers are. Okay, I'm having a breakdown. I should be able to scoot that close. Like, it used to be like right here whenever I did this before, and it worked fine on my other Galaxy Note. But it's like it's all the way across this huge table. So that is why every day it's like, okay, let's stretch. All right, let's loosen up here. All right, here we go. I'm going to try this again. I'm scooted up in my chair. I'm bending over. I'm smashing my tatas. Oh, here we go. No, it's not going to work. I don't want to get up to do this. Okay.